My son Leo was in middle school when his appendix burst. After the surgery, I messaged his homeroom teacher, Mr. Vance, to ask for a 2-week medical leave. A few minutes later, my phone rang. Vance didn't even say hello before he started shouting, "Mr. Sterling, is Leo going to ask for a leave of absence during his SATs too? I have students who come to class with broken legs. Why does your son think he's so special?" I knew this guy was difficult, but I kept my cool for Leo's sake. "Mr. Vance, it was an invasive surgery. The doctor was very clear about him needing at least 2 weeks of bed rest. Please, try to understand." He hung up before I could finish. I thought the matter was settled. I put my phone down and went back to taking care of my son. But 2 weeks later, Leo went back to school, only to come home an hour later, sobbing. "Dad, Mr. Vance said the honor track doesn't have room for lazy slackers like me. He kicked me out of his class. He told everyone that no one needs 2 weeks for a small surgery. He said I was probably out getting some girl pregnant and hiding at home to deal with the mess." The accusation was so insane that I honestly thought Leo was making it up. No decent human being would say something so vile to a 15-year-old kid. I calmed Leo down and called Mr. Vance. I called 3 times, but he ignored every single one. This wasn't something that could wait. I grabbed my keys, drove to Evergreen Academy, and marched straight to the faculty office. Before I even reached the door, I heard his smug, condescending voice drifting out. "Ugh, dealing with entitled parents is the worst part of this job. Everyone wants to be an exception. I've said it before. This is a high-performance track for Ivy League hopefuls. If you aren't mentally prepared, leave. Don't waste a spot." But no, they claw their way in and then try to skip class over a hangnail. They just want to challenge my authority. You have to be firm with parents like that. You give them an inch, and they take a mile. Another teacher spoke up hesitantly. "Are you talking about Leo Sterling? I had him for algebra last year. He's a good kid, really hardworking. Maybe he actually was sick." Vance cut him off with a loud, impatient groan. "Even if he was sick, he should have sucked it up. Last month, a girl in this class broke her leg during track practice. I only gave her 1 period off. Her mom ran 3 red lights and got into a minor fender bender just to get her back to class in her cast. That is what a supportive parent looks like." Then you look at Leo's dad. Nothing but excuses and doctor's notes. My wife is a head nurse at the city hospital. She's seen it all. She knows exactly how people play the system. He lowered his voice, but in the quiet office, every word was crystal clear to the other teachers and students present. My wife told me that when teenage boys claim they're having an appendectomy, they're usually hiding a scar from a street fight or a gang initiation. The recovery time is the same, and the cost is similar. To an outsider, you can't tell the difference. Leo is always so obsessed with his hair and his clothes. I bet he's been running with a rough crowd, and his dad is just helping him cover it up. I couldn't take it anymore. The rage boiled over, and I stormed into the office. Before he could react, I swung my hand and delivered a stinging slap right across Vance's face. "Vance, you aren't a teacher. You're a disgrace. How dare you slander a 15-year-old child like that? My son is a straight-A student who was in a hospital bed. I have the records to prove it. I will see you in court for defamation." The office went dead silent. The teachers who had been laughing a moment ago froze in their tracks. Vance clutched his face, stunned for a few seconds before his face turned a deep, ugly purple. "You hit me? You came onto school grounds and assaulted a teacher? I'm calling the cops. You're going to jail." The other staff members scrambled to get between us. "Everyone calm down. Let's talk this out. Don't make a scene in front of the kids." "Exactly. Mr. Vance, maybe take a breath. Mr. Sterling